Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to start a new series on this channel, and the series will be on the topic of exception handling in UiPath. So let us see what we are going to cover. This is the first video in the series, and today we will be just discussing and providing you an introduction to the exception handling. Let us see the agenda. First of all, we are going to discuss what exactly is error, what exactly is exception, and how do they differentiate. Post that, we are going to discuss why exactly exception handling is so important and why should we take care of exceptions. Post that, we are going to discuss how exactly a system exception is different from a business exception. I would provide you some of the real-time scenario which you can relate where exactly business exception is applicable. We are also going to see what are the activities which are available in UiPath Studio to handle the exceptions. This is the first video in the series which is called Introduction to Exception Handling. In the next videos, we are going to go deep into each and every activity and each and every concept of exception handling. So let's get started with the video number 1, which is Introduction to the Exception Handling. Okay, so the first topic which I am going to discuss today is how a error is different from an exception. So, what exactly is an error? An error is something which comes into a program or an automation which it cannot deal with. There are different kinds of error based on what is causing them. For example, if you are writing a code, let's say you are writing any automation and you have written some syntax error, or let's say you have written a robot which is having a syntax and that syntax is having error. Now when you press F5 from the robot and the robot tries to compile or interpret it, it won't be able to complete it because this is having something which is called syntax error. Now this is something which your automation or the program cannot normally deal with, hence it is categorized as error. The other example of a error could be a programming error where the program is having no syntax error but it does not produce the expected results. So this is often sometimes called as bugs. Let me show you how exactly the errors looks like in UiPath Studio. So I am in my UiPath Studio. I have a sequence. The sequence name is exception handling. Now let me just go here and let me create a variable. I will call a variable as str underscore name, right? So I have created a variable, string variable, and let me pass a name here, a string variable. Now this is working perfectly, right? Because it is having no errors. Now let's say I create one more variable. I say integer underscore number, and if I try to pass a value which is not an integer, so let me just change the variable type from string to integer. Now as of now, if I just run the file, you see my automation has started and it has ended within 1 second with no exception. Okay, now let me cause an error. So I am expecting an integer variable, and let's say now I pass here a string variable. Okay, something wrong data. Okay, now if you will see here, UiPath is giving me an error warning which says I cannot convert string to an integer. That means this is an error and UiPath is not able to handle this one. Okay, now if I go and if I try to run this file, what will happen? It will simply say that there is an error, and this error is because it is not able to convert the string to an integer. And why that is so? Because we have created a variable type of integer and we are passing a value string to it. So error is something which the program cannot automatically deal with. Okay, I hope that understanding was clear that why exactly this line is written here, which says errors are the events that a particular program cannot normally deal with. Now there are different kinds of errors: syntax error, programming error, and the programming errors are also sometimes called as bugs. So that was all about errors. Okay, now it has one counterpart which is called the exceptions, and this is what we are more interested in. Now, as we have just seen, errors are something that cannot be handled by the program itself, whereas exceptions, on the other hand, are the events that are recognized, caught by the program, categorized, and handled. So, this part is important, that exceptions are something which can be caught by a program. The program can categorize the exception and it can handle also. Now, if I have to define an exception, I would define an exception as an unwanted event that interrupts my normal flow of program. So for example, my automation was supposed to do step 1, 2, 3, 4. Step number 3, I got an exception. That means my normal flow is now interrupted. That means I have reached and I have encountered an exception. Now, when an exception is occurring in a program, normally the program gets terminated. It halts the program, it stops the program. Now, there are some cases where you can actually handle the exception and you can move the forward. So that is what it is called, exception handling, that how you are going to handle it. Now, in part of errors, we have seen that errors cannot be handled. A good part about the exception, as I told, it can be handled. By handling the exception, what do I actually mean? I mean that we can actually provide a meaningful message to the user rather than sending a system generated message. So if you will see in the previous one, when I was demonstrating the error, it says that cannot explicitly convert string to integer, right, which may not be understandable by an user. So if you are a business user, you cannot understand it. But if I have got an exception, I always has an option to customize the exception in a meaningful message, and I can pass that message to a user who can actually read that message and get out of it why exactly the exception has occurred. So error is something which cannot be handled. Exceptions are recognized, caught, and handled also. Exception interrupts the flow, but a good part of the exception that it can be handled. Okay, so exception handling is something which should be applied and which has to be done by every developer whenever you are doing any code or writing any automation in UiPath Studio or any programming language. So these are the generic concepts: error versus exceptions. I hope now the difference between error versus exception is clear. At a very high level, I'll again repeat: errors cannot be handled, exceptions on the other hand can be handled, categorized, and you can always customize the message, right? So we are going to see all of this via practical demo, but first it is important to understand the major difference. Okay, let's move forward. Now, why exception handling is important? So I have been telling that as a developer, you should always handle the exception. Now the question you might ask that, okay, Mukesh, you tell that exception handling is important. Give me one reason. Okay, let me give you the very first reason why it is important. Assuming that this blue box is my project, okay, and in my project I have multiple code pieces written. So all of these code pieces are written and that completes my project. Now if I ask you a question, that what happens if any of the code piece which you have written in the entire automation is breaking, right? So do you want to stop the complete automation or do you want to execute the other pieces of the automation? Okay, I'll repeat. So there is a project which has all the codes written, code, then more code is written. Now let's say a certain piece of code or a certain piece of automation has got some exception or some errors. Now if I ask you what do you have to do, so it entirely depends on your automation, whether you want to stop it, whether you don't want to continue. But the point which I am trying to make here is that if there is no exception handling done in the project and any piece of the code break, your entire automation will stop at that point only and it will not continue further. Also, when an exception has occurred, it will not also inform or intimate to the end user or to the support team or to the development team that exception has occurred. It will simply stop the project there. So that is why exception handling is important. Okay, now let's say exactly this same scenario, and now I have handled the exception. So just now I have seen what happens if the exception is not handled. Now let us see how exactly the robot will behave when the exception is handled. Okay, so let's say the same project is there, code, and we have written a series of code. Now let's say an code error is happened and that exception has occurred, and the exception is being taken care by the robot. That means we have encapsulated the code in an exception handling block. Okay, so I have put a wrapper over the code and I am saying that okay, for this code I have handled the exception. Now if I continue running the process, this part of the code will be handled, the exception would be handled. If it is, let's say, a business exception, we will send an email to the business. If it is a system exception, we will try to solve it, and we can take all the different steps. But the idea here is we would handle the exception and it would not impact the other part of the code. So that is why exceptional handling is important. Okay, so moving forward now. So I hope you understand why it is important, what is exception, how it is differentiating from the error. Error we are not going to focus more because error is something which the compiler take care of. Whenever you press F5 from the UiPath Studio, it will tell you that hey, this is the error, why don't you resolve it, right? But exception is something which as a developer you would have to take care of. Now when we talk about exception are categorized broadly into two categories. One is the system exception and other is the business exception. Okay, all the exception, okay, all exception, when I say all exception, irrespective of their type, are derived from system.exception. So system.exception, the first line which is highlighted here in the bold, system.exception is the parent class of all the exception. Okay, so let's say you have business rule exception, you have selector not found exception, text not found exception, or any kind of exception. The parent for all the exception is this guy, which is called system.exception. You just have to remember this. I would tell you in the further video that why exactly I was telling that this is the parent, but as of now just remember that system.exception is the parent for all the exception and all are derived from here. Okay, now system exception typically occurs when you have done in some kind of coding error or the programming error. Let's say null reference exception. You have written a value and that value is initialized to null. Okay, that is null reference exception. One exception could be index out of bound exception. For example, you have 5 elements in an array, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now while reading the array, you are trying to read the 6th element. Now your array is having only 5 elements. When you try to read the 6th element out of the array, it will say that okay boss, I am not able to get this value and I am throwing you an index out of range exception. Okay, similarly you have text not found, application not found, and n number of exceptions are there. Let me show you how exactly the system exception looks like. Okay, again I am back in my UiPath Studio. So this is an error and we are not able to run the program. Let me rectify this error and I will just say here any number, let's say 20. Okay, now this error is gone and now this program is ready. Now what do I mean when I say a system exception? So let's say we are writing an automation where we have to type something on this notepad. Okay, so how I would do it? I would simply use an activity which is called type into. I will indicate it on the screen and I will write something here. Let's say I am typing UiPath. Now what happens if this notepad is not available? If I save everything, do I have a error? No, because everything looks good, right? But now this is an exception which the program cannot deal with because UiPath will not be able to see whether the notepad is available or not. As a developer, you should always check and all, but let's say you forgot to check that and you are directly using a type into activity without checking the notepad is open or not. So UiPath would not be able to check that for you. So let us see what happens if we now just try to run this file. Okay, so the default timeout for every activity in UiPath is 30 seconds. If you don't know that, there is a dedicated video where I'm explaining all the properties of any element, UI element, all these properties. So you can refer that video, that is on the selector playlist. I'll put those links in the description and refer that. So as of now, it will try looking for the notepad for 30 seconds. If the notepad is available in 30 seconds, well and good. Otherwise, it has thrown me something which is called exception. Now if you closely look at this one, it says it is an exception, and the exception type is called uipath.core.selector not found exception, which simply means that it was no open window found in notepad.exe. Please check if the application is running. This is again given by UiPath, but if you expand further, you could see that I have got a selector not found exception, and this detail is available here. So system exceptions would be generated by UiPath when it is not able to handle it and when it is not able to work as per the written code. Okay. So just now what we have seen is the selector not found exception, where it has the robot was unable to find the designated selector within the target application, that was notepad for us. So it waited for 30 seconds and it did came and it thrown an exception. That exception is now categorized as a system exception. So since I have not done any exception handling, so the program got crashed. Similarly, there are other kind of exception, but I hope now you understand what exactly are the system exception. Okay. Proceeding further, I have something which is called the business rule exception, right? So now, just now I have seen the system exception, how they are generated, how they are thrown. There is an other kind of exception which we call the business rule exception. Okay. So the business rule exception is something, as the name suggests, it depends whenever there is an incomplete or missing data. For example, if I just tell you in a normal real-time example, your account is having 5,000 rupees, you go to the ATM and you try to withdraw a amount of 10,000. Now what will happen? The ATM will throw an exception, or it will throw a message to you saying that your amount is exceeding what you have in your bank account, right? So it does not happen like you put the ATM, you put an amount of 1 lakh and the system crashes, right? It gives you a meaningful message. That meaningful message, as a user, you are able to understand and you are continue further. The next example is, let's say you go to an ATM, you enter your PIN. So you enter a wrong PIN. Now as soon as you enter a wrong PIN, the ATM machine shows you that the entered PIN is incorrect. It does not happen that it crashes and it says that object reference not set to an instance of an object. Okay. As a user, how would you know that what I have done wrong? So that is where something, it is called the business root exception, and this is the exception that will help the business user to understand that what has went wrong. So ATM was one scenario. If I just proceed further on the slide, you can see that the business rule exception will not be thrown by using the general exception activity, okay, in a try catch activity. So this we will see when we are doing the practical part. The mechanism of handling the business exception has to be separately defined by the developer. Okay. So system exception is something which the program automatically take care of. So if I just go back to this example, I have not thrown this exception explicitly, right? I was just using a normal activity called type into activity and it thrown the exception. Whereas in case of business exception, you would have to explicitly throw the business exception by looking at certain scenarios, certain conditions or something, right? So system exception is something that the program will automatically throw whenever it is not meeting the criterias. Business exception is something which as a developer you have to explicitly throw. We will see all of this, but as of now just remember that business rule exception is something which the developer has to throw explicitly, and which activity we use. Here we will use an activity which is called the throw activity. Okay, so as of now just remember that there is an activity called throw activity which we will use to throw the business rule exception. Okay, so I hope now you have the clear understanding of error versus exception, in the exception, system exception versus the business rule exception. To clarify more, I have given some of the real-time example of the business rule exception. I'll just go by one. For example, your robot is supposed to read an input file from a certain file location, let's say shared drive. Now the robot goes to that shared location and it finds that there is no input file available. What it should do? It will simply break, right? Now in that moment, you can actually handle that exception, intimate the business, sending a business exception saying that please keep the input file. Similarly, our next use case would be where the emails were supposed to be received by the robot, but it has not received. Business exceptions comes in good when you are working with limits or threshold. So let's say you are working for a financial or a banking project where you have a requirement that whenever there is a transaction which is greater than 100 million, you have to stop the process. So as a developer, you would teach your robot that whenever this number on the screen is greater than 100 million, you stop the process. Now when you are stopping the process, you would have to inform the business. Now at that moment, you will raise a business rule exception saying that yes, we have got a transaction which was trying to make of 100 billion more transactions, so that's why I am just stopping the process. Other example would be something where you are using the credentials which are provided by the business. So you are automating a process for a business where the business has given you some user ID and the password. Now one fine day what happens that the password got expired. Now can the robot automatically handle it? No, because the robot will not be able to know the new password. At that moment, whenever this type of exception is handling, the robot will catch the exception and it will throw a business rule exception. It will not throw a system exception, it will throw a business rule exception. Cash withdrawal scenario is something which I was just talking about, where you have, let's say, 10,000 rupees in the account and you are trying to withdraw 15,000 rupees. So that time you get a message on the screen, right? Input data validation. Okay, so you have a data which you have to validate, and after validating the data you have to generate an exception. For example, the business is inserting some of the data, so you are expected to get the first name and you are getting a phone number. So you are expected to get 1 2 3 4 5, or you are getting some number in the double quotes or anything, right? Input data validation is simply like you are expected to receive first name and last name, and you are getting address 1 and address 2. So now that is entirely something from a robot point of view. It is not as error, it is not a system exception. This is something which you as a developer has to take care, and in all of this scenario you will raise a business rule exception. Okay, so I hope now with this example you have a clear differentiate between the system and the business rule exception. Okay, let's move forward. Now we have talked a lot about exception handling, and this is the video we are talking about exception handling. What are the activities which are available in UiPath to work for the exception handling? So these are the activity: try, catch, throw, rethrow, and finally. We are going to use each one of them in this video series, and at the end of this series you would have a complete understanding of each and every activity. How do we use that? What are the exceptional handling? What is throw, rethrow, finally, and all of this. Okay, so I will wrap this video here. I hope you are now comfortable with the exception handling and you are now able to differentiate error, exception, system exception, business exception. You are aware that what are the scenarios, possible scenario where you have to raise business exception. So this was the first video and I hope you like it. If that is the case, please do subscribe to the channel and happy automation.